Good day everyone. Today I will discuss the requirements to be complied under Annexes 4, 5, and 6. The International Convention for the Prevention of Pollution from Ships, in short for MARPOL, is a set of international regulations aimed at minimizing pollution from ships. It's divided into annexes, each addressing a type of pollution. Here are the requirements for Annexes 4, 5, and 6. Let's start with MARPOL Annex 4, which is the prevention of pollution by sewage from ships. This annex applies to ships over 400 gross tonnage and those under 400 gross tonnage carrying more than 15 people. It aims to prevent pollution from sewage discharge. Here are the requirements under this annex. Sewage treatment. Ships must be equipped with either a sewage holding tank or an approved sewage treatment plant or both. Discharge restrictions. Discharge of untreated sewage is prohibited within 12 nautical miles from land. Comminuted and disinfected sewage can be discharged at a distance of more than 3 nautical miles from the nearest land. Port reception facilities. Ports must provide adequate reception facilities for sewage from ships. Standard discharge connection. Ships must have a standard shore connection for sewage discharge. Surveys and certifications. Ships must undergo surveys and obtain an International Sewage Pollution Prevention Certificate or ISPP. And now, let's move on MARPOL Annex 5. MARPOL Annex 5, Prevention of Pollution by Garbage from Ships. This annex aims to minimize garbage pollution from ships by regulating the disposal of various waste types. Here are the requirements. Waste management plan. Ships must have a plan for the management of garbage on board. Waste categories. Garbage is categorized into different types, including plastics, food waste, cargo residues, and operational waste. Discharge restrictions. Discharge of plastics is prohibited in all areas. Other waste types have discharge restrictions based on the distance from the nearest land and the type of waste. Special areas. More stringent controls apply in designated special areas, including the Mediterranean Sea, the Baltic Sea, the North Sea, and the Gulf area. Record keeping. Ships must maintain records of garbage disposal. And now, let's proceed on MARPOL Annex 6. MARPOL Annex 6, which is the prevention of air pollution from ships. This annex aims to reduce air pollution from ships by regulating emissions of sulfur oxides, nitrogen oxides, and other pollutants. Here are the requirements under this annex. Emission control areas, in short for ECAs. More stringent emission limits apply in designated ECAs such as the North Sea, the Baltic Sea, and the Mediterranean Sea. Sulfur content limits. The sulfur content of fuel oil used outside ECAs is limited to 0.50% mass per mass. In ECAs, the limit is 0.10% mass per mass. Nitrogen oxide limits. Limits on NOx emissions vary depending on the ship's construction and date and engine type. Energy efficiency. Ships must comply with regulations on energy efficiency, including the Energy Efficiency Design Index or EEDI and Ship Energy Efficiency Management Plan. Surveys and certification. Ships must undergo surveys and obtain an International Air Pollution Prevention Certificate or IAPP. These annexes are essential components of global efforts to protect the marine environment. Compliance with these annexes is mandatory for all ships, and strict enforcement by the port state control authorities ensures that ships adhere to these vital regulations. Continuous improvements and updates to these annexes reflect the ongoing commitment to minimizing marine pollution and preserving the health of our oceans. As marine engineering students, Understanding and applying these regulations is paramount to our role in ensuring safe and environmentally responsible shipping practices. Thank you.